Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jules. Yes, I am starting this reading vlog in my car. Happy Saturday. I am on my way to go visit my mother. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I've had some new subscribers lately. Thank you. I appreciate every single one of you that are following me in this amazing journey of BookTube. For those of you that are new, my mother does have Alzheimer's. She was diagnosed 4 years ago. She started showing signs of it before COVID, but officially diagnosed 4 years ago. And she has gone downhill pretty fast. So she did live with me for 2.5 years, and at the beginning of this year, she was in the hospital, and then they did transition her over to a skilled nursing facility, and now she is in aim and break care. And it has been rough. It has been a rough year. Lots of ups and downs, a lot of anxiety, very stressful for me. Well, just even before she went to the facility, but it's just been a lot. So I am on my way to go visit her today. I have not been up this week. I try to give myself grace when I can't get up to see her. I know she is in good hands, and I know she's always has, things that they're doing and activities, or even if they're just sitting there, there's always people around her and, people taking care of her, which is more than she could get with me at home, because I do work full time. Even though I work at home, I work full time. So I'm glad she is getting more interaction and the care she needs. They did change out her medicine, and so I'm anxious to see, how she's doing. I haven't really shown any clips of her on my channel yet, so I might try. If she's in a good, I have taken clips of her when she's been super anxious, and to send to my family or close friends or whatever, and just to kind of see where she's at and how she is, which I don't really like to show that side, because it's stressful to see it. But if she's in a good mood, I will, I need this lane. But if she's doing good today, I will maybe get a clip of her, so you guys can see my sweet mom. Oh, who's that? Who is that?
I don't know who is. He's so Jew.
Who am I?
Yeah, I know who you would be, but
Who am I?
you're my,
I'm your wife.
yes. I would be Julie, I Julie, I Julie would, Julie, I Julie.
So what am I? Am I your sister? No. Am I your daughter?
Yeah, I'm daughter.
Who's this pretty lady?
Oh, this one that's next there.
That's next to us. Yeah, who is that?
That is still going to be, that would be one that would be, have it's like Muddy Julie.
Muddy?
Yes.
Is it Muddy out?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And I'm thinking, because I'm like, what is this?
What is this?
I know.
Is that what you were thinking?
Yes, I did.
You're so sweet.
I Julie, yeah, they do, Julie, I Julie, do, I Julie, I love you.
I love you.
I know.
Are you watching him cleaning?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
You have a good smile. It's good to see you smiling.
I know. And here I'm thinking, okay, well, this must be just I had my...
Your nails, show your pretty nails.
My nails.
Hold your nails up like that.
Yeah.
Hold your hand up like that.
Yeah.
Look pretty.
I do,
So pretty.
Julie. I do need that,
Yeah.
Julie, and I thought, well, as long as I, didn't have to just stay there and, see a lot of,
Yeah.
yeah, but it is.
I love you.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. I do.
Mama was having a good day today. Oh, such a good visit. I love when we have a good visit. So, reading updates. I started The Obsession. I know the last name is Sutanto. I don't know the first name off the top of my head. But I started that this past week and it was really good. I finished that this morning. I just eyeball read it. It didn't have an audio or anything. So, you know, it took me longer than usual because usually I can burn through some books pretty quick. So I did get some extra points for that I need to log my points still. It's for Mystery Mayhem. It's a red book and it has stick people on it, which I am counting as a body. Even if it's not an actual body, it's a shape of a body. So it's getting counted. So we're following a guy who sees a girl and he gets obsessed, and which is scary in itself to have, you know, a stalker. So we just kind of follow that process, and it's so crazy because like some of the interactions, sorry if my thing is moving, I need to tighten it. Some of the interactions in the book, it's like, oh, he's so sweet, he's such a kind guy, but then you hear his inner monologue and you're like, you're creepy. So it's really good. And then there's kind of a shock factor that happened with the girl. So she ended up doing something not good, and he ended up catching it on film because he had hidden cameras that were facing her house. So something happened and he caught it, and then he is now using it to blackmail her to be with him. So basically he's like, we're gonna be together or you're gonna go to jail. It's crazy. So yeah, I had a really good time with it, enjoyed it. Ended up giving that one 4 stars. And then this morning I started Hello Stranger by Catherine Center, which I hadn't planned on reading this. This was not on my TBR. But in Mystery Mayhem, we have victims. And basically our teams are either reading to save the victim or reading to snuff the victim. And so they get to pick a book that we can read for extra points. So the victim's pick was Katie, and her pick was Catherine Center's Hello Stranger. So I went ahead and picked it up so I could get extra points for my team. Because my friend Wendy read it, and she read it like in one day and said she got through it really fast and that she really liked it. So, and I loved the rom-commers, so I'm hoping that I like this one. And so far it's really good. It has made me laugh a lot. So I was giggling in my car and I had to mark up all of the girls and tell them about a part that was cracking me up. So that is what I'm reading. I am actually going to run today and get the buddy read, hopefully, if I can find it. I'm going to get the buddy read for Mystery Mayhem, which is Murder by Cheesecake. It's a Golden Girls cozy mystery. So we have sprints tonight. The whole goo gang of us have sprints tonight on Maddie's channel. So I wanted to pick it up so I could start that on reading sprints. I don't have anything exciting happening today, so I will probably just be back later when I have some more updates on my reading. Okay, bye. Hello, friends. I'm back with more car updates. This might just be a car vlog. So last night we had sprints on Maddie's channel. It was a lot of fun. I had a good time talking with all the girls and catching up. So I started the buddy read for Mystery Mayhem, which is Murder by Cheesecake, and I only got I think like 60 pages read, so I don't really have thoughts on that yet. So I have the physical and the audio, and the audio definitely, I feel like, distinguishes between, you know, which Golden Girl it is that's talking, so I do like that, and kind of has their like characteristics of how they would talk. So not far enough into it to have, you know, any valid thoughts right now. But so since today is May 4th and Maddie loves Star Wars, May the 4th be with you, she decided that any book submitted today had to be sci-fi. So I already had Dark Matter on my TBR because that was a host rec, which is Wendy's host rec. So I was like, let me see if I can get the audio for it. I did have to use an Audible credit because it wasn't available, but it's fine. So that is all I have been doing today, has been listening to that. And while it was enjoyable and I did get through it pretty quick, it wasn't like fantastic. It was just okay. So basically we're following a man who goes out to the store to get something for his wife, and he gets abducted. Guy holds a gun to his head, tells him to, you know, go out to this area, take his clothes off, put these other clothes on, then shoots him up with something. And then he wakes up coming out of this box in basically another dimension. He doesn't find that out right away because he's like confused about what the heck is happening, but I can't really say much about like who did that or why or whatever. Basically, it does talk about the science of there being alternate universes and that there's multiverses of us. It reminded me of Multiplicity, but darker. You know, like not so great. Basically, when he takes this serum and goes into this box, it basically gives him an unlimited amount of doors that he could choose to go to, which would send him to a different reality. And he's trying to find his way back to his reality, his universe. I ended up rating that one 3 stars. So I submitted that for my sci-fi points today. And I ended up submitting it for a different prompt for Escape the Readathon. It did work for one of the prompts. It's not one we're actively working toward right at the moment, but it still will count, you know, to open a room later. I did do a couple pages in my scrapbook journal. So my friend Sonia had sent me another book that she found while she was out thrifting. She found the Fear Street, the first cheerleader one, the first evil. So she sent me that, and it came in the most adorable bubble wrapper. I loved it. So that went in my scrapbook, and she made me a card, so that went in there. And then I took a picture of what it looked like. She wrapped the book so adorable. I don't know how she did. She wrapped it like, you know how they do those with the pocket in the front, like the blind date with a book type, how you see those and they have tags and stuff in the front of it. She wrapped it the cutest, and then she had a couple bookmarks in there, and one of them was a scratch and snip. Y'all, I love it. This one was a bubblegum one. I love it. Nope, that's a big pothole. Jeez, not going that way. Yeah, so it was so cute. And then the other bookmark was like a little diamond painting cat, and it had like a little chain that had like a little cat face on it. It was so cute. And then I just did a like kind of simple little old school April page that had like the logo and some stickers. And then on the one side I did the coloring page that I did of the Scooby-Doo gang and put the little Scooby's logo that we did, since that was my team. So yeah, so I did that, and then yeah, that's kind of all I've really been doing today. Kind of a lazy Sunday. So yeah, now I have to go into the store. So I am going to continue Murder by Cheesecake, and I'll be back sometime with some thoughts on it. Back with some reading updates. Let me first tell you, my dog is sleeping and he's very heavily breathing. So if you hear some background noise, it's my dog. I finished Murder by Cheesecake today, and I think I'm going to settle on 3 stars. It wasn't a fantastic cozy. I would have liked, I think, more mystery in the story. Obviously a murder happens and Dorothy's trying to clear her name. It says on the back that she's one of the suspects, but there's just so much emphasis on this wedding that Rose is trying to help plan for her cousin, and it's just almost too much. Like, I got bored with some of it. So it's just heavily on all this stuff related to the wedding and these traditions that they have to do, and it's kind of silly, but yeah, I don't know. And then the groom's family also wants to like take over and do things their way. And in the midst of this, a guy dies, and he's at the hotel of the groom's family. So it's just kind of a lot of go back and forth between his family and Rose's family and what they're going to do for this wedding. And yeah, I don't know. But I did enjoy, the audio does do their personalities very well. So my favorites in this book and also actually in just the series in general, is Blanche and Sophia. I like it because of their personalities and their snarkiness and their like comebacks, and they're just fun. Overall, it was just an average read. There were definitely, you know, some funny parts in it, but majority of it was just kind of okay. So I listened to most of that yesterday while I was baking cookies. I made cookies for my husband's work, so I made Fruity Pebble cookies and Cocoa Pebble cookies. So then the next book I was going to pick up for one of my Escape the Readathon prompts that we're doing, I was going to pick up Room for Rent. I had this available on audio through Everand, but now it is not, because apparently I listened to too many. So it is not available now, and Libby does not have it available for 15 weeks, and Hoopla doesn't have it available at all. So unless I use a credit, may or may not, we will see. I do have some Audible credits. Putting this aside for now. So I decided to pick up She Left. This actually works for the mini game that we're in right now, but if I don't get it finished before we get out of that room, then it will work for another prompt. This one says, 20 years ago she survived. Now she's fighting for her life. On the night that changed everything, Amy Brewer walked out of a house party, trudging angrily away from the friends who made her feel like she didn't belong. Within the next hour, all 5 of those friends would be dead. The Memorial Day Massacre, as it came to be called, rocked their small California community, and Amy, the girl who walked away just in time, couldn't escape the media circus or the guilt. 20 years later, 10 people with connections to the crime have been invited to a remote cliffside house by a journalist looking to do a story on the murders. But the group quickly learns the event is not what it seems. As the storm closes in and guests begin to die, Amy realizes there is someone in the house who knows more than they admit about what happened that night long ago, and they will stop at nothing to protect their secrets. This sounds so good. So I did already start it. I'm only like 2 chapters in, but I'm already vibing with it. So that is all of my updates right now, but I will check back with you guys when I have some more updates on my reading. Coming in with some updates. So I am flying through this book. I'm already 100 pages in, 112 pages actually. So it starts off at the very beginning when Amy leaves the party. It doesn't really say what happens. She's just leaving and is walking home. She doesn't call her parents because her parents have night jobs. They're busy. She didn't want to bother them. So she literally walked through the woods to go home. And as she's walking, she thought she was hearing someone maybe following her. But every time she would stop, like, she wouldn't hear anything. And so she ends up getting on a bus, goes home. And then right after she gets home, someone's banging on her door, and she didn't want to answer it because she was home by herself. And someone uses a key and comes in, and it happens to be her neighbor. And she's like, oh my God, you're home. And she's like, so she's on the phone with somebody, and she's like, she's here, she's fine. And she's like, what are you talking about? And the neighbor's like, they're all dead. So it turns out that there was an explosion at this party that she was at. A bunch of kids died, but then they found out that not everybody died, and the ones that didn't die in it were murdered. So yeah, now 20 years later, she's back and some other people are back. Everybody apparently seems to have some type of a connection to some of the people that died at this place. They hang out. The person who brought them there, like the reporter, she like doesn't show up. So it's kind of giving a like a clue, then there were none type thing. Like some people invite you out and then the host doesn't show up and then people start dying. It has that kind of vibe. But I used to not like those kind of books, but I'm coming around to them, and I'm actually enjoying that trope now. So the next morning, they all wake up. None of them have phones. None of them have keys. They have no way out. So apparently they were all drugged. And yeah, this is where we're at now, of them trying to figure out which of them is there to kill them and why. I'm hoping to get through at least another 100 pages of this tonight. So Jess has reading sprints tonight. So I just made myself a taco bowl for Cinco de Mayo. I didn't have any taco shells, but I'm gonna make a taco bowl. And then I do have this paint by number that I got that I think, and it's so cute. It's gonna turn out so cute, but it's gonna look like this. I got it for my bathroom. My hall bath, I'm doing like a coastal theme, but I don't have anything for on the walls right now. So I got that to paint. So I might start that while I listen to this audiobook on Sprints tonight. But so I'm about to go eat, but I did want to show you guys. I got my book of the month box, and I know one of the books, I already forgot what book I got, but I had to get a main pick because I wanted one of the add-ons, which I don't know about anybody else, but who else thinks that book of the month is sucking at their main book picks? Like, they're not good. So I'm questioning if I want to even continue in it, but so this one did sound interesting. So I ended up picking up Alex North's The Man Made of Smoke. Look at that. The cover's really cool looking, and it sounds really good. So I got that, and then of course this is what I really wanted. Enchantra. This is book 2. First book was Phantasma, and I loved that book, so I cannot wait to read this. So, okay guys, I'm gonna go eat and then do some more listening to this book because it's really good.
For the RV26s, the trigger system, it has a sensor. Yeah. And
Hello friends, I'm back with reading updates. I'm in the middle of like a lot of books right now. So sorry I didn't update yesterday, but I did finish She Left on Monday, and I think I finished it Monday. What's today? Or did I finish it yesterday? Yeah, it was Monday or yesterday. My days are running together, y'all. I don't know, but I finished this book and I had a really good time with it. So we just follow along with everybody while they're trapped in this cabin, and then, you know, people start dying. And so they obviously know that one of them is the killer, and they're trying to figure out who's the killer, and they're blaming each other. So yeah, so this was a really fast read. Had a good time with it. Ended up giving this one 4 stars. And then last night I was on Sprints with Keisha, and I started the buddy read for her Christian Revive book club, The Extraordinary Deaths of Mrs. Kipp. Y'all, this book is good. I read 6 chapters of this last night. I had to eyeball read it because the audio is not available yet on Libby. I have it on hold, and it says it's like 2 weeks out still. So I don't know if I'm going to get the audio for this, but it's still a really good read, even just eyeball reading this. I was laughing. Mrs. Kipp is funny. So this is a Christian fiction, and the back of it says, Aiden Kelly is talented, ambitious, and ready for a more serious assignment than the fluff pieces she's been getting as a cub reporter for the Kansas City Star. In her eagerness, she pushes too hard, earning herself the menial task of writing an obituary for an unremarkable woman who's just entered hospice care. But there's more to Clara Kipp than meets the eye. She may be dying, but she's not quite ready to cash in yet. Never one to shy away from an assignment herself, she can see that God brought the young reporter in her life for a reason. And if it's a story Aiden Kelly wants, that's just what Mrs. Kipp will give her. But she's going to have to work for it. So yeah, just the first, I enjoyed it just in the first chapter. Obviously, it's set in Kansas City, which is where I'm from. It starts with Clara, Mrs. Kipp, on her way to a facility where she is basically checking herself in. She's on hospice and she's going to die. So she just knows that she's going to walk in and never walk out. And then there's another POV, which is Aiden, and Aiden is working at the Kansas City Star, and she thinks she's not getting, you know, the stories that she wants to get. She's just kind of a little peon in the reporting scene, and she wants more. So she ends up going above her boss's head and sends an email to a higher up that's basically saying, I'm ready for more work. You know, I feel like I deserve it. And then obviously that trickles down to her boss, and she gets in trouble, and her boss is like, well, you're lucky you even have a job still. Here's your next task. So one of the nurses at this facility must know Aiden's editor. So Mrs. Kipp had a bunch of boxes delivered to her room, and I guess it was just like a lot of memorabilia stuff from like things that she did when she was younger. And it was kind of like, I don't know the ins and outs of what it is yet, but obviously there's more to her story. And so she reaches out to her friend, who happens to be the editor at the Kansas City Star, to basically come and do like an obituary piece on Mrs. Kipp, and basically interview her, talk about her lifestyle, and make an obit. So Aiden is like, thinks this is going to be a quick in out, no big deal. She's going to show them that this is going to be the best obituary they've ever seen. So, and yeah, and Mrs. Kipp is a firecracker. yeah, so I've already been highlighting and notating, and I think I'm really going to enjoy this. But I am going to put this one on pause for a little bit because I do really want the audio, because I heard the audio is good. So I'm going to wait on this one. And then I did start the audio for Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This is the chunkiest one. So this one is actually going to probably take me all month. That Harry Potter audiobooks are something that I just pick up usually when I'm like cleaning or cooking or running errands or whatever. Since I've seen all the movies, I pretty much know like what's going to happen. So I don't have to like pay super attention. I mean, I know there's more details in here than what's in the movies, but they're just easy listens. Yeah, but this is a chunker, so this will just be my go-to here and there through the month. With that said, I needed to figure out a book to read tonight for Gwen's sprints, and I showed her my whole list of books I had, and I was like, what should I read? And this is what she says I should read. Butcher and Blackbird. So if you haven't heard of this, which a lot of people have heard of this, I'm gonna tell you what it's about. When a chance encounter sparks an unlikely bond between rival murderers, Sloane and Rowan, they find something elusive: the friendship of two like-minded, pitch-black souls who happen to enjoy killing other serial killers. From small-town West Virginia to upscale California, and from downtown Boston to rural Texas, the two hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. But as their friendship develops into something more, the restless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound love. Let me just tell you, I listened to one chapter of this while I was making my husband's dinner, and I already love it. So yeah, this is going to be a vibe for me. So I'm already loving this. So I am about to run to Menards. I need to get some bird seed for my birds because I just checked the bird feeder and they are out. So I'm gonna go get some bird food, and then I am going to stop and get some ice cream on the way back. So I will come back probably tomorrow with some updates for you. Okay, I just got out of Menards. I was gonna do a little car haul and show you what I got. I came for bird seed. I did get bird seed. I got a ginormous bag of bird seed. I like Menards because they have different things that you can't find at like Walmart or whatever. So tomorrow is mine and my husband's 26th year anniversary. So I am going to make him some brownies. So I got a brownie mix, and then I got him, I saw these, he loves chocolate. He is a chocoholic. I saw these and I have not seen these before, but they're Hershey's milk chocolate with caramel inside of it. And they're like big bars. So there's like 6 of them, but they're like the size that like of a s'mores. So I don't know if they're like specifically meant to go on a s'mores, but maybe I'll make him a s'mores with it. I don't know. And then I saw corn relish. I haven't had corn relish forever, but I love some corn relish. And then I got some candied jalapenos. My nephew's wife had made me some. I had never like had them before, but she made some, and I was like, oh, these are so good. I was like, what am I gonna eat these on? So Aldi's has these like pita crackers. They're like round pita crackers. If you take a pita cracker and you put a little bit of cream cheese on it and then stick pickled jalapeno on top of it, it's so good. It's like the best snack. So I haven't had it forever because I ate all of hers. So then I saw those and I was like, I need them. And then I saw this granola. It is Triple Berry Crunch. It has cranberries, strawberries, and blueberries in it. So I thought that would be good on my yogurt. And then I saw this pistachio berry blend. I've never seen this before. It has pistachios, cherries, cranberries, roasted almonds, cashews, and creamy white chips. Yeah, I mean, it sounds delicious. And then this was like a last minute impulse buy, was cinnamon bears. Who else likes cinnamon bears? I love cinnamon licorice, but I like cinnamon chewy candy, and so I saw these. I mean, I wish they had a smaller bag of them, but they didn't, but who am I kidding? I'm gonna eat this whole bag. So that is my haul, and yeah, now I'm gonna grab some ice cream and head home and do some reading. Hello friends, I am back with my updates on this. Y'all, I read this book in less than 24 hours. I ate this book up. I was vibing with this book from the get-go. Now, let me tell you, this book is spicy. Like 10 peppers spicy. Spicy, spicy, spicy. The first spice doesn't really come in though until like halfway through the book. But I immediately loved Sloane and Rowan's connection. Like it was just perfect. Like, who doesn't want a serial killer to take out bad guys that are out here killing people? Like, it's so good. It's so good. I was just loving their banter, their chemistry, the sexual tension that they had. It was all great. It was a perfect buildup. Obviously, I could have done without how much spice was in the book, but it's fine. I didn't mind it. The audiobook for this, y'all, so good. I love the narrators, and the male main character has an Irish accent. Perfection. It is perfection. If you don't mind spice, you can actually skip over the spice. Like when you know the spice is starting, you can just skip it. You don't need to know it. It doesn't have any importance in it really, besides just their kinkiness. Yeah, I can't wait to pick up the next one in this series. I already own the second book, so I need to read that, and then I'm gonna purchase the third book because yeah, I need it. So I finished this yesterday, like right before we were gonna go to dinner. So yesterday was my anniversary. We went to dinner, it was great. And then I came home and I jumped on sprints with Hannah and Wendy. And I ended up just reading an arc that I had. I'm reading Kill Your Darlings, and it's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. But I did not read at all today. But since I started this vlog last Saturday and today is Friday, I am going to go ahead and close out this vlog here because I don't know what I'm going to read yet. I have this whole shelf right here is stuff that I could read for the readathons. So I'm going to pick something from here. I just don't know what yet. So I will maybe start a new vlog. It depends on what I'm feeling. I thought maybe I was getting burnt out on vlogging, but so far I'm keeping up with it. And it's not too bad. I was kind of like a week and a half or so ago thinking I was, but I'm like, it's not so bad now. So I don't know. I'm not going to keep it up forever, but since I'm reading just so much random stuff and I don't know what I'm reading, it's kind of fun to vlog it because I don't know what I'm going to read. It's not a planned reading vlog. It's just whatever I pick up. So I don't know when I will start another vlog. I may start one tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm going to close this vlog up now. So let me know if you've read any of the books that I read in this vlog. So just a quick recap of what I read. I read The Obsession, Hello Stranger, Dark Matter, Murder by Cheesecake, She Left, and Butcher and Blackbird. 6 books, y'all, in a week. Who am I? What is happening? I don't know. I probably need to slow my roll though. But anyway, that is going to be it, my friends. I appreciate every single one of you that are here. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any fun content that I put out. And until my next video, friends, be yourself, be awesome, be kind.